Okay, so what do we got here, man? We got the book of Exodus open, actually. And I don't really talk a lot about Old Testament, because, honestly, I'm not that well versed in it yet. I haven't really been studying it uh, like a pro, as much as I've studied the New Testament like a pro. And even then, there's so much that you'll never, ever, know it completely. But I've been studying the Old Testament, and I'm in Exodus. And I want to read Exodus chapter 6, verse 1. There's a lot of verses I want to read, but I guess we'll kind of bunker down here, and then we'll get into what I have to say. Let's take a look at this. Exodus chapter 6, verse 1. But the Lord replied to Moses, "Now you are going to see what I will do." Actually, I'll read Exodus chapter 5, verse 22, through Exodus chapter 6, verse 1. Okay, so Moses went back to the Lord and asked, "Lord, why have you caused trouble for this people? And why did you ever send me? Ever since I went into Pharaoh to speak in your name, he has caused trouble for this people, and you haven't delivered your people at all." What is this people? Israel, the chosen people. But the Lord replied to Moses, "Now you are going to see what I will do to Pharaoh. Oof. He will let them go because of my strong hand. He will drive them out of his land because of my strong hand." So, quick context. So this is Moses, his assignment that the Lord gave him. Hey, I need you to free my people from Egypt. Long story short, he does, right? He doesn't enter the promised land, but he eventually frees them. And in this situation, Moses and Aaron, they go up to Pharaoh and confront him. And they say, "Hey, I need you to let the people of Israel go, or the Hebrew people go, and I just need you to do it." And Pharaoh was like, "Are you serious?" He actually gets so offended. What Pharaoh does is now make the Hebrew people work even harder in harsher conditions. What's the message here, you guys? Moses gets an assignment. He's called to this activity, and he starts walking in obedience. But here's the kicker. Sometimes, and this, guys, if you have pen, paper, you need to write this down. Sometimes things got to get a little bit more difficult before they get better. Sometimes things get a little bit more harsh. Conditions kind of seem a little bit more difficult. Things are less ideal initially before they start to get better. The storm usually gets a little bit strong right before the storm passes. Always remember that, you guys. And just because that's happening doesn't mean that you're not in alignment with God's mission. Moses goes up to Pharaoh with Aaron, confronts him, says, "I need you to knock this out. God told me, literally, I got word from the Lord, Yahweh, but yet things actually seem contrary to what God has called him to." Like I said, long story short, fast forward, he eventually frees the people with the plagues that happen in Egypt. So always remember that, you guys. Just because things seem like they're getting worse before they're getting better does not mean that, oh my gosh, I'm out of alignment, God doesn't want me doing this. Stop, relax. Things are going to work themselves out. But that doesn't mean that things aren't going to get worse before they get a lot better. Just stay on the path. Improve every day. God bless you guys. Let's go.